Right, next up is question 8. We're looking to find the coordinates where a normal crosses another curve. In order to do that, we need to follow a couple of steps. Firstly, find the equation of the normal. Secondly, we are going to solve the simultaneous equations to find where they cross. So firstly, finding the equation of the normal. So we have the equation y equals 4x squared minus 6x plus 4 to find the normal. Firstly, we need to differentiate. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. dy by dx then is 8x minus 6. The point we're given is that a half 2. So for p, which is a half 2, if x equals a half, then dy by dx will equal minus 2. This means that the gradient m of the normal, is minus 1 divided by that value gives me a half. So that's important. We're now going to use y minus y1 equals mx minus x1 to find the equation of the normal. So y minus 2 is equal to a half x minus a half. Expand the brackets and simplify. Y minus 2 equals a half x minus a quarter. Y equals a half x minus 7 over 4. Sorry, that's plus 7 over 4. Now, if you have correctly done that, you've picked up an absolute stack of marks. Let's clear the screen and go on to our next bit. So we're now asked to find the exact coordinates of Q where the normal y equals a half x plus 7 over 4 meets the second curve y equals a half x plus ln 2x. So I'm going to make them equal to each other. At the point they meet, the two y values must be the same, so I can set these two equal to each other. That gives me a half x plus 7 over 4 equals a half x plus ln 2x. This obviously simplifies to 7 over 4 equals ln 2x. So let's go through some steps to find out what x is. Well, inverse of ln is e to the power of, and then divide by 2. So a half e to the 7 over 4 equals x. Fantastic. We've reached quite a lot of the way there now. All we have to do is find the y value. So we've happily found our x value. Let's substitute that into the equation for C2 to find the y value there. So y equals a half x plus ln 2x. Substituting everything in, it gives me y equals a half of a half e to the 7 over 4 plus ln of 2 times a half is e to the 7 over 4. Simplifying that gives me a quarter e to the 7 over 4 plus ln e to the 7 over 4. We've done that. Just write that as coordinates now. The meeting point, Q, is at a half e to the 7 over 4, a quarter e to the 7 over 4 plus ln e to the 7 over 4. It's not a pretty coordinate, but it's very important that you notice that I have not attempted to round at any point, because here it says gives the exact coordinates, not any rounded values. We're not asked to use the calculator at any point during this. It says exact values. As soon as you start using calculator on that, you've blown it. Anyway, thank you.